may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. And you know, Marcus Smart has been really making it happen.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something, because he looks a little faster today than normal.
On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Ilyasova, and it's Morris in at the 3 slot.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that. You know, one of the things, guys, that impressed me about the Celtics was the number of assists they had. I mean, they really focused on moving the ball. And when you do that and you have shot makers, the assists pile up.
Celtics foul call.
Detroit shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, they're up towards the bottom of the league there. Last season, they only shot about 70%.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
And the Celtics making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
With the Celtics and their assists, they were 2nd in the league in potential assists per game, meaning shots they missed that if they made would have been assists.
And that is a good thing, if you weren't sure. I mean, they were sandwiched between the Hawks and Warriors in that category. Pretty good company to be in. So they move the ball well. They just need to get a little more consistent at knocking down open shots.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those. If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Sullinger is screen on Jackson. Bradley drives in, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 4th in assists, 8th in steals, and they were one of the top 10 teams in the league at scoring points off turnovers. I'd call them a very opportunistic team.
And from those assist numbers, you can see this was a very unselfish team. Their passing was really infectious and made them a tough team to defend. Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Boston, no good that time either.
Number 6.
Shot's good.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
The inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. David Lee checked in for Sullinger. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Crowder. Turner's checked in for Bradley. And Thomas subbed in for Smart.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Johnson, he's checked in for Jackson. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Pistons trailed by 10. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Lee kicks to Olynyk. 13 feet away. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Sinks the triple. Now just a 5-point Boston lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Kicks it out to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 5 assists tonight. Pistons trailed by 12. Blake with it to halt the run. Jared Sullinger pulls it in. Sullinger's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Celtics, up by 12. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Boston leading by 12. They've got David Lee, Jay Crowder out there with Thomas. Then it's Turner, and it's Jerebko in at the power forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. 6 to shoot. Now the dish to Lee. Can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Caldwell Pope. Great D that time from Thomas.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
The shot by Turner no good.
Well, he turned a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot by trying to go to the fadeaway.
Fires from deep. Jackson misses. The Celtics shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Thomas goes in. Turner dishes to Jerebko. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And the Celtics lead by 12.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
And, you know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it, and credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey guys, well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think. Boy, you got to love it. Picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprise, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for two.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power. And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Sullinger, no good. Pistons trailed by 10. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
And here's Crowder. Pass to Zeller. Puts up the baby hook. Fires from 18. A shot by Crowder, no good. Pistons have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Zeller. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And a new group in for the Celtics. Johnson, he's checked in for Sullinger. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Crowder. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Bradley. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. And a switcher also for Detroit. Morris is checked in.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, G8, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure. That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
And as hot as they are, no need to play conservative. Keep firing away.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Turner passes to Thomas. To the middle. Here's Zeller. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And that's 15 points for Tyler Zeller.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And it's on the bounce. They say it was last touched by Jackson. David Lee's checked in for Boston. .107 left here in the fourth quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:05 left in the fourth. The drive by Jackson. Stolen by Thomas.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Celtics.
I agree, Steve, and this is a game where the defense, Clark Steele specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created extra possessions for him too, Kevin. Scoring opportunities they cashed in on, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory tonight.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Zeller. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Johnson against Drummond. Here's Olynyk. Here's Johnson. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.